Hi, welcome to Tangeless Oracle. Thank you for joining me today. So today is, it's Tuesday. This is going to be Missing Person Monday. I didn't get to upload it yesterday, so Missing Person Tuesday. So today we're going to be looking into Makena Wade. She has been missing since I think she's been missing for a month. Okay, but I'll put her information up here. But we're going to look into her today to see what is going on with her. I think she's 15 or 16, somewhere in there, but I'll put all her information up. Makena Wade. And like I say, please, if you feel called to, leave her name in the comment section, a heart, a candle, or something like that um, in the comment section. Makena Wade. Makena. Okay, so here we have isolated. So this just means somebody could be either somebody could separate you from others, or you are keeping yourself isolated from other people for whatever reason. So you're trying to be separate from others. Here is the trust. So someone that you trusted here. And then we have the fire, which is an actual fire, or it is the intensity, or is like an intense situation. Temperatures are running high, something like that. So here you have someone that is isolated, but it could be that she's with somebody that she trusts here and she's isolated because tensions were high. So that means it could have been something going on wherever she was, because I think she ran away. She's not like abducted or anything. She ran away. So it could have been tensions are high wherever she is. And then here is she is with somebody she's trusted, but she's alone or by herself intentionally, or somebody made her be isolated. Okay. Here is the journal. So this means that something is written down, documented in some type of way. Here with the isolation. So that means it could have already, like, this isolation could be like she's doing it herself, because here we have the documentation of her being isolated, or keeping herself away from others or separate from other people. Okay. And then here we have the trust. Here, somebody that she trusted. Here is to consume. Now you can be consumed with something, or you can consume something. So here is somebody that she trusted. Either she took something into her body, or she's consumed with something. Okay. But somebody that she trusts is consumed with something, I should say. Somebody is consumed with something, or somebody that she trusted gave her something to consume. And then here we have the friends with the fire. So this, like I said, this could be an intense situation, or temperatures are on high, however you want to put it. But someone that's her friends, or she considers friends, this intense situation. So here, she could be with these friends because of the situation where she was intense. Something was going on, and it's already documented that because I think they said she ran away previously. I believe, I gotta double check, but she's ran away before. So this was documented that she is keeping herself away, or self isolating, meaning she's trying to get away from other people. Now, here with the friends, the journal, and the consume, also the friends, friend group, friend person, whoever it is, could also have some type of documentation, or there's some documentation about her taking something, which she's hanging out with certain people, and so she's taking, so like say for instance she hangs out with her friends and she's drinking, just say that it's already been documented, so there's documentation of things that's happening or things that have going on. Mhm. So here's the neglect. So somebody is being neglectful. Okay. So somebody is being neglectful here. Somebody is being neglectful, but there's some type of documentation of it. Okay. And this probably could be why she is isolating. So either she has written something down, somebody has some type of, because if she's ran away before, that means the police have some type of documentation about it. Here, her isolating her or separating herself from her family or from other people. Okay. And then here you have the documentation, something that's written down. She could have written some down. It could be written in some type of record or something like that of the neglect. The neglect could be you neglect to do something, or neglect to care, neglect to act, or whatever. There's some negligence involved in it, but it's documented here. Okay. And then with the neglect, we have somebody that's guilty of neglect. Okay. And also somebody is in fear because they are being neglected, or they have neglected to do something. So here with the guilty with the neglect, okay, the guilty here is consumed. So somebody is guilty of taking in certain things, okay, consuming certain things. Like you can be a consumer of an establishment, okay, buying stuff from certain people or whatever the situation is, or you can consume things into your body. But here, this is someone that is trusted, okay, is guilty here of some things, and it's about somebody taking something into their body or consuming something. Um, and now with the fearful, okay, that is coming with the friends and the intensity. So it's like fearful just means that somebody is in fear of an outcome, fear of a situation, or of a person. Okay, you're fearful of how things will be. And then you have that with the friends. So the friends could be fearful of certain things with her too, because she's in a situation that is high, and high, how I'm saying, highly emotional, highly intense situation. And this is probably why she's isolating or separating herself, like I said. But it could be a high intense situation. So, but it also could be a dangerous situation too for her as well, because she's hanging out with these friends. Just because you consider them your friends, that does not mean that you're not in danger because you're with your friends, because a lot of people have been with friends and they wasn't actually a friend. Okay. So it could be the people she think are her friends could be a bad influence on her. Okay. So that could be the fear surrounding it too. People are in fear of her being around a certain group of people because of the things that they do. And it could be relating to them consuming certain things as well. Okay, so now we have this, and this just means like somebody is trying to teach you a lesson. So this is the discipline. Okay, this is the Saturn card. So this means Saturn teaches discipline. Somebody could be trying to discipline you, trying to correct you, or trying to discipline you in a way like as a punishment. Okay, but it also is teaching discipline and being disciplined. So here is that. All right. So like I said, if this is her doing it herself, if she's run away willfully, she could be separating herself from the family because of here the discipline. I want to show you, teach you a lesson in discipline, or it's because I'm being disciplined here. Okay, so I don't want to do certain things. I feel like it's harsh treatment. And so I want to leave. Okay. But then you have the discipline, and then you have something being stolen by somebody that is trusted. So that means somebody has taken something away. Okay. But it's somebody that she has trust for that is taking something from her. And then we have the goodbye here. The goodbye means you just leave, or it could mean you pass away. When you say your final goodbyes, or you could say just, oh, goodbye, see you later. But a lot of times this comes out as when somebody's saying their final goodbyes. It's like, I'm gone, I'm not here anymore for whatever reason that they're not here, whether somebody do it or they do it themselves. Okay. And then here you have the fire card, which is the intensity of a situation. So it could be the tension could be high, feelings on high, whatever it is, actual fire. But here you have somebody saying their goodbyes, okay? But it's like something is being taken. So you have something being taken. Somebody is showing discipline or harsh treatment to you. Saturn can give you harsh treatment as well if you don't live the way you need to live. It's because it comes to teach you a lesson and to create discipline. So here we have that with the goodbye. So something was taken, but it's also somebody is doing it. Could be like somebody is doing it in a way because it's like, I'm going to teach you a lesson, like a karma type of thing. Okay. But it's based off of what you are doing or what you have done. And then here you have that goodbye. And this is going up here with the friends and somebody being in fear. Okay, because like I said, we've heard plenty of things, people going somewhere with their friends, and then the friends cause you harm. Okay. So just because people claim friends, it don't mean that nothing is going to happen. Okay. Okay, and like I said, here we have the neglect with something being documented, okay, about it. And then the like I said, the harsh treatment or the discipline here, and somebody keeping themselves away from others. And then we have the guilty with the consume, and something is being taken by somebody that you trust, that has trust, that you have trust for. So you could have taken something, or you trusted somebody and they took something from you, or you had somebody that trusted you and you took something from them, and it was something that you could consume. Okay. Let's see what else. Okay, so we know this card, we know what it means, but it also means that two of the same sex people are involved in a situation. Okay, so it could be two females, two men, two males or two females. Okay, whatever the situation is, but it's two people being involved. It can also mean this as well, but a lot of times this comes out. It just means that two people of the same sex are involved in a situation. So we have that, and then we have this card, which is like a virus. And the virus card means two things: an actual virus, or it means something that is not conducive to a healthy or a healthy environment or something like that. So it could be you're around, because see what you're consuming is not conducive to good health. So you could be taking in some toxic things. It could be drugs or whatever it is, but you're consuming something that is a virus, and a virus, a parasite, whatever you want to call it, enters into your body and does harm. So you're consuming something that's going to be harmful to your health. Okay. Here you have two people involved. Just say two men, two women, whoever it is. Okay. But then you have that with this adultery with the friends. Okay. So adultery just means that somebody is having an affair, whether you're married or not. You're seeing somebody else that has someone. Okay. So you're seeing a person who's in a relationship with somebody else already, and that person is committing adultery. Okay. And then you have that with the friends, and then we have that with the fearful. So somebody's in fear of something about this, right? And then that's coming with the goodbye because of an intense situation here, or actual fire. Okay. And then the adultery is next to this. Okay, so it could be this as well, but it could be two men, two women, whoever get you, or whatever the reason is. Okay, so we have that. But then here you have that with neglect. So whoever those people are, there's some neglect in here, whether there's negligence, somebody did something, whatever, because here you have that with the discipline. Okay. We have a father here with the neglect. Okay. A neglectful, or a father who is guilty of negligence or being neglectful. And then here you have the father, and it's next to the job. So the job is something that you designate yourself to do. It's not actually how you get paid. It's just a job that you do. It could be something you do on the side, but it's not your source of income, this job card. So this is just something that you decide that you're going to do. I'm going to do this. So you designate yourself for something that's your job. So here we have the job, and then the fearful. Okay, so you're doing something out of fear. Okay, you're doing something out of fear. And this father is neglectful in some type of way. And then here we have influential friends, guilty. So here you have somebody that you were friends with, friendly with. Here is those people are capable of influencing you to do certain things, or they have some type of influence over you. But then here is the guilty that's with this. So these people are guilty of something, okay? And the guilty thing that is connected to them is this consuming of something that is not good for your health or your well-being. And also, she trusted these people, but they took something. Somebody could take your life, or they could take something, an item from you. Okay. Now here with this father, so this lets me know, since it's with this, that is two males. Okay, two males here. But the father with that and the discipline. So you got these two guys here that has taken her, or she's off, but she's been taught a lesson, discipline here by these two males. Okay. the betrayal here with the goodbye and the fire or the intense situation. So some things, tensions were running high. Somebody said their goodbyes because they were betrayed in some type of way. And then you have here the ending or something being completed. So if you're doing something and you finally complete it, that's the completion. Or things come to an end. Here with the discipline and somebody being isolated or separated from others. So, like I said, you could run away willingly, but then once you're out there, people have isolated you or you can never, or you're not connected with the group. You're on your own here. And then here you have somebody trying to teach you a lesson, or you being disciplined in some type of way, and then things come to an end. And then we have that with this, like I said, and the male here that's neglectful. And then here you have, this is it's like 3 people involved in something. It's the community or also people coming together, right? To take something, but these are people that she trusted. But they came together for something, and they came together, okay, to betray her. That's a betrayal. So people linked up to, but whatever they did, it was a betrayal. And then here is the endings. Okay, things coming to an end, things coming to a completion. Somebody is impaired or have some type of impairment. Okay. But whatever the impairment is and whatever is going on with this, okay, these 2 people, there's some type of documentation about it, okay? So it could be written down, documented. She could have written it down, but it's something has been documented about these 2 people previously, whether they're connected to her or not. They could just have a record. And then here, there's the impairment. So somebody caused some type of impairment, but it's connecting back to whoever this male is. Now we have somebody having the capacity to do something. So that means you have the ability or the know-how. You have a talent in something. You have the capacity to do something, the capacity, the ability. Okay. And it's connected to the impairment. So you have the wherewithal or the ability to cause somebody to be impaired in some type of way. And this capacity or disability is going back to something that somebody has consumed that is not conducive to their health. So that means that this person has the ability to maybe get this, whatever this is that's causing somebody some issues here. Somebody has the ability to get it. And then or make it. But here you have the earth card. So this is earthly pleasure, but it also means that somebody is out in nature. Okay, they're outside. So here is the earth element on this adultery and with the friend. So it's somebody that's connected to a friend, is her friend or whatever it is, and it's whoever this person is, they're in some type of relationship. Okay. But they're seeing somebody else, whether that's her or not. Maybe she's seeing somebody else. Okay, I don't know her situation. But here's the earth element. Earth element means something that you have here on earth that you use or you have for earthly pleasures, whether that's a person or a thing. Okay, and then here, whatever this is, somebody could have caused somebody some type of impairment. And here they're out in nature. And this is somebody having the capacity or the ability to do it, to cause somebody to have an impairment and to put them out in nature. And here, the betrayal here with the Earth card, somebody betrayed her. Let's just say you out in nature, but it was somebody's job to do something, okay? Somebody took it upon themselves to do something. Somebody is not talking about it. Whoever this male is, he's being quiet about some things, but he is neglectful. So there's some, or he has negligence is connected to him, but it's not being communicated about. Somebody has an impairment, or somebody has impaired you in some type of way. So whether they impaired you where you can't move, like say for instance, they're giving you a drug or a drink for impairment, they cause you some type of harm to your body to where you can't walk or whatever. Now you're impaired, whatever that situation is, somebody is not saying anything about it. They're keeping that quiet. But like I said, it's because there's some endings here to the lesson. So this lesson could have called this discipline or lesson, whatever you want to call it, has led to some type of endings here. And she's out by herself. But we also see the betrayal in it as well. And then here you have somebody going to get someone or something. So you have these friends that is influencing somebody to do something, right? But they're guilty. Okay, so here you have the guilty party, which is connected to some friends of hers, okay, that may be influencing her to do certain things. But also here, they're going to get, so they could have went and got her, or they could have went and got something, and whatever they went and got is connected to this, because this is somebody having the ability or capacity to do something, to go get something here, which is something that is consumed that is not good for your well-being. And this is a group of people, it's like your friend group. This is a group of people here that was trusted, but also took something away. Okay, stole something. Now going back up here, we have this. Okay, that is not being talked about. Somebody went to go get something. Now you see this? Okay. So here we have this. Somebody took it upon themselves to do something, okay, about this, okay, and see the fear behind it. Somebody is scared about, they're being quiet about it as well. So somebody went to go get something for it, okay. Here, I already explained this, what this is. This could be a person or this could be a thing, but also you being left somewhere outside in nature as well. But see, here, okay, where's my? And I'm going to pull a couple of these, and that's going to be it for her. But it looks like something is going on. Somebody is dealing with somebody, and it looks like either they're involved in some things that they shouldn't be involved in, and there's some other stuff going on in the background of that too. Is connected to some type of relationship. Somebody doesn't want you to know anything. That's why they're being quiet here. Okay. But here is is something going on, but they're trying to keep quiet about it. They don't want you to know. And this is connected to somebody that you have love for. So you have love for this person, but people are trying to keep certain things quiet. And here is a deadly encounter or setup connected to somebody that you have love for, but like I say, you're not saying anything. So the person, like I said, they don't want you to know certain things. They're keeping stuff quiet. It's connected to this girlfriend. And then this girlfriend is connected to somebody being in fear of the outcome of a situation. We already got fearful over here, okay? And then here is somebody trying to figure out how they're going to handle a situation. This girlfriend is trying to figure out how to handle a situation. She's in fear of the outcome of a situation as well. The fear is from this girlfriend. They don't want you to know certain things, but also how they're going to handle the situation. How am I going to deal with this situation? And it's a deadly encounter right here. And you trying to, however you handle the situation, it's a deadly encounter. Here is the fear connected to somebody that you have love for. So somebody cares about somebody else, and so there's some fear associated with it, maybe because of the deadly encounter, okay? The setup, the deadly encounter, okay? Here's an innocent person in the midst of somebody else's chaos, okay? This is somebody, like I said, it's an innocent person. When I say innocent, I mean that whatever is happening is not because of like something they did, like I'm going to go over here and do this. It's somebody else got some other stuff going on and they're just happen to be in the middle of it or coming to the middle of it. Unbeknownst to them, it's a lot of stuff going on. Okay, so here, that's connected to this female here. And then also people trying to keep certain things quiet or hidden. They're not talking about it. They don't want you to know what's going on. And then also we have somebody with money or material things. This is going back to this earth element as well. That's any earthly things. It's money, material things. Okay, so money, material things. And here is somebody's in fear of the outcome. So, but it's connected to somebody that they have love for. So here you have somebody that somebody has feelings for. Somebody is in fear, and maybe it's going to affect their money and material things. And that's why they're in fear of what's happening. And then here is somebody turning on you. So here's the betrayal here. This also represents siblings, but this could mean somebody switch up on you, turn on you, or whatever the situation is. Because here we have somebody is trying to figure out how they're going to handle a situation, but this person has turned on you. And here's a deadly encounter or a setup here. So this person could be trying to set you up for your downfall. One more and that's it. This is somebody trying to hide something about themselves. So that's why they keep things quiet here. You got this female, a wife, girlfriend, or fiance. Okay, that's what this card is. Okay, now you have somebody keeping things secret. They don't want you to know what's going on. They're trying to hide their true feelings, their true motives, whatever. They're hiding behind a mask. And then here you have this child. Money is some type of material money, material things, but somebody's in fear for somebody that they care about here. But it's connected, coming back to this child. Now, this is the authorities, the person that's behind the situation. So whoever this is, okay, they switched up on her. Now they're trying to figure out how they're going to deal with that situation. And here's a deadly encounter or setup. I'm not saying she's deceased. I'm just saying what the cards say. And Here, whoever this is responsible for this, they're hiding certain things. They don't want you to know what's actually going on. They don't want you to know their involvement. They don't want you to know their feelings. They don't want you to know their motive. Whatever it is, they don't want you to know anything about what's going on with this situation. This is the person that's in control, the authority, whoever behind it, as it relates to this child. Okay. An authority doesn't, it could be a police, it could be a parent, or whoever. It's just whoever is behind or in control of a situation. All right. So that is what I have for Makena Wade. You can leave your comments in the comment section, and thank you for watching.